Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast, Deuterino. This is episode 95 for the week of October 8th, 2019. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and this week I'm joined by the man in the Stylin' Vikings. Is that a Nike dry fit long sleeve t-shirt?
And it is.
Will, aka I, Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you on this Sunday afternoon?
I'm doing fine, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing swell. You like how I got that, like, fucking perfect?
Yeah, you couldn't even see the branding because the sleeves were rolled up.
I just looked by the material. I'm like, that looks like a Nike dry fit shirt.
Just knew.
Absolutely. And how about them Vikings?
Hey, we pulled one out against the Giants.
Woo!
We'll see if that continues next week against Philadelphia. The key today was that we were able to get Dalvin Cook running, and that Kirk Cousins actually made a couple of throws that he usually wouldn't, and he seemed to take more risks, and I think he needs that moving forward.
Yes, we can't just rely on Dalvin. We can't just rely on a running game because as soon as you shut that down, we usually crumble. So, and our defense is still pretty damn good. So, yeah, hopefully things do continue.
Yeah. I will say that Cook had a record day as a Vikings running back.
Wow.
131 yards and 80 yards receiving is the first time a Vikings running back has had that many yards in each category.
Wow.
So
you weren't kidding when you said they used him.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that is insane. Jeez, but yeah, Philadelphia at home next week. Well, yeah, next week. So that could be, we are at home. That's a good thing, but it's Philadelphia. That's a scary thing. So we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see.
Josh.
Yes.
We're here to talk some Halo.
We are.
What do we have on this episode?
Will, we have a few things to talk about this week on the podcast. So we talk about how I hate Bloom. That's going to come up in the conversation. We have a couple longer news stories to go through, but just a couple. We have some chill vibes. It's going to be a chill episode this week. Not a lot going on. Kind of a slower week, I guess you could say, in terms of Halo news, but that's okay. Sometimes you need these wind down because then we can build things up as the weeks progress. And then we have Halo Draft League match results, and finally, we have our weekly topic, which is favorite montage. Favorite Halo montage. Will, how many montages have you watched in terms of Halo?
Maybe 2.
All right, well, you'll have maybe 2 to talk about. But, Will, before we get into any of that, what do we usually start the show off with? Roster Mania!
Guess what, Josh?
What, Will, what?
We got nothing this week.
Oh, no, Will!
Do we have some qualifiers coming up, the UGC qualifiers?
Indeed, we do. Great segue. So next week, we will have the qualifier number 1 rosters to go through, and I imagine there's going to be a decent amount of them.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that.
I'm not excited to mess up more names.
I'm excited for you to mess up more names.
Thanks.
It's always, hey, anytime. It's always a fun time for me.
All right. But so that does it for Rostermania this week.
Then it's time for COD, another games watch. Hey, Will.
Yeah?
We don't have anything this week.
Nothing
Nothing
going
yet
on in the COD world?
No, because we're waiting for, we're still waiting for fully confirmed rosters for the CDL, and then we're also, honestly, we're still waiting to hear if Modern Warfare is going to be the game that's played. And I know that's kind of like the running joke because I would imagine it is the game that's going to be played.
Yeah.
But it hasn't technically been announced yet.
That's true.
We'll see.
All right.
That means it's time for Will's Adventures Within the Lore. And other games too. Will.
Yeah.
What'd you play this week?
All right. I logged into GTA 5 for like 2 minutes because if you played during the week,
you got $1 million.
You got $1 million bucks.
Yeah.
That should be in my bank account. So
Nice.
I haven't played GTA in a while. Buddy Dom hasn't been online. Apparently he's been not feeling well.
Yep.
And he's busy remodeling.
Yep.
So
his bathroom.
Yeah, so we'll get back to GTA 5 once he's up and running. And there's some other games I've been really getting into as well. One of those being Destiny 2 Shadowkeep.
Ooh.
I'm not through the story yet,
Okay.
but I've played enough, and it's exciting stuff. I like how it's going. I like the gear changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Armor
I'm excited
2.0.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep going on that.
Hell yeah.
Played some Apex Legends Season
Nice.
3.
Yes.
I got 1 win
Very nice.
so far. No wins in ranked, unfortunately, but one in the normal.
It's okay. Were you playing with the Joey Meister?
I was. I am now a silver 4 or whatever, I think.
Sweet.
So it now costs points to get into matches. So
Right.
you have to get at least. So if you start the match, like 1 kill is worth 10 points, right? So it costs 12 points to get in. So realistically, if you get 1 kill and die right away, you get -2 points. But if you get, the farther you get, the more the multiplier goes up.
Okay. Makes sense.
So 1 kill, or maybe it's one kill at 10th place is 10 points. 1 kill at 5th is 12 points. 1 kill at like 3rd is 15 points, so on and so forth.
Right, you lasted that long. You
So-
get a little bit of multiplier.
Yep.
Awesome.
And then also you get points based on your placement as well. So it could be like, I don't know it exactly, but it might be 15 points for 10th,
Okay.
25 or whatever for 5th, then it goes up that way. So that's how you progress in Apex seasons.
Okay.
So yeah, silver 4. You start off in bronze,
Right.
silver, gold, platinum, predator. I think that's how it goes. Is there a diamond maybe in between those two? I don't know if I'll ever get I made it to gold last season.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's tough sometimes, especially learning a new map right now.
Oh yeah. I heard it's really cool though.
It is. I like it a lot.
Awesome.
I have a few favorite landing spots that I'll keep to myself.
Hey, that's fine. Yeah. Got to keep that competitive advantage.
Yeah, and then played one other game this week. It was Halo 5 for the community playdate.
Yes,
We jumped into some arena.
we did.
We played like one game of the H3 throwback, or maybe 2.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple. Yep. Wait, no. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I don't remember.
We played Assembly. I know that.
I remember Assembly, and that was it.
Because the map sucks.
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
No.
But yeah, that's all I played this week.
All right.
What have you been playing, Josh?
Will, thank you for asking. I've also been playing Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. I did play through the campaign. I'm currently at... So, keep in mind here, obviously, people are going to be further along than I am, but I made it a little bit past the soft cap of 900, so I'm at like 903 for power right now. And so the raid came out yesterday.
Yes.
Okay. And therefore, they did the same thing. They did the same thing with the raid this time, like they did when Forsaken came out. So when Forsaken came out, when the raid released, as soon as the first team beat the raid, then it unlocked something for everybody, right? So the same thing happened here. So the raid came out for Shadowkeep. After the first team completed it, then the Vex Offensive mode had been fully released for everybody. And now, like, there are Vex portals and whatnot that open on the moon, and it's actually really cool. It's really fun, believe it or not. And so I played a couple rounds of Vex Offensive last night, and that's where I'm at right now. I've come to a point. I think I've finally come to a point in my Destiny career, we'll say, where I'm looking forward to getting specific things. The last time that's happened was back in Destiny 1. Like, that's how long it's been. I always love the new content that comes out. I play it all the time, but now I feel like I'm actually motivated to go for things. And I'm very happy to feel that way. Also played some Forza Horizon 4, still playing that Lego expansion. It's just really fun overall. So I'm gonna shout out Humble Bundle right now for this next one. So for those who don't know, there's a subscription service that Humble Bundle offers. It's called Humble Monthly. Okay? So for $12 a month, okay? This show is not affiliated at all with Humble Bundle, okay? So this is not an advertisement. This is literally me praising them for this next bundle that they just came out with. So Humble Monthly, it's a monthly subscription service. It's $12 a month, and you get like hundreds of dollars worth of games per month with that $12, okay? And every month, when the next month's bundle you're able to purchase, they let you know 2 or 3 of the games ahead of time, and you're able to purchase and play them right away. So right now, they're called early unlocks for the month. Okay. So the early unlocks for the month of October are the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, and Call of Duty World War II. For $12, you get those 3 and the rest that come out at the end of October.
So, question for you.
Answer for you.
If you pay $12 this month,
yep, you can cancel
next month. Do you still keep those games?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. So that's what I was getting at here. For $12, at least you get those 3 games on PC, and they're fully fledged out. Like, you don't have to pay extra for any extra goodies or anything like that. They're the full games, all 3 of them combined for just $12, and you get more at the end of the month. So, getting back to what I played this week, I played the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I played a little bit of the first Crash Bandicoot game.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. I never played a Crash Bandicoot before.
Oh,
never have. Nope, never have.
I had the original on the PS1.
Really?
Yeah, so much fun.
Well, actually, technically, I can say that I played a little bit in Uncharted 4 because you played like the first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But no, like realistically, I never actually played a Crash game before. Spyro I have, but it's cool to have like that remastered trilogy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool for $12. Hello.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. And then also played Halo 5 with you and the other 2 folks we're going to shout out later on in the show for Community Playdate. It was a fun time, as always. And you're right, we did play Halo 5 this time. We did not play MCC. I was feeling a little bit of I want to do the little sprints and the thrusts and the slides and the pops.
We actually did quite well in Arena.
We did.
I was surprised.
We did really well. And last but not least, I played the Halo Reach Insider. So I was invited at the very tail end when the invites came out. And so I played with Justin yesterday. Justin LaFleche, goalie sniper, for those who don't know his tag. And god damn do I hate Bloom. Justin and I were talking about it, and I seriously think it is the worst mechanic that has ever been introduced into a Halo game. Period. Like, armor lock is right there with it. But at least with armor lock, you see somebody going to an armor lock, says, I'm going to back off. I don't care. Like, I'll just wait for you to get out. You have to get out eventually.
Yep.
And guess what? Your shields aren't going to recharge when you're in armor lock, so I'll just wait. But no, Bloom, worst mechanic ever. The fact that you're literally leaving your shots up to chance, if you don't pace them, it's bad. Tomorrow, so we record this show on Sundays, okay? So Monday, the Team Hardcore is going to be the playlist of the day in the Insider build, so I'm excited to give that a shot because I am a firm believer that as soon as they got rid of Bloom, I thought that game played so much better. I still love the maps. I still love the look of the game itself. It plays really well at 60 FPS. And yeah, overall we had a good time, but there were so many frustrating moments due to the Bloom that took place. It was so bad. Will, obviously, like, I want you to get into the next flight. But when even after we're done with the campaign, when you play multiplayer in MCC, I'm very anxious to hear your thoughts on your take on Bloom when it comes to MCC fully. That's what I'm really anxious about.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I played this week. That's it.
All right.
Hey, Will.
Yeah?
It's time for the news. First and foremost, this is the first long story that we got. This is the MCC development update for September 2019. This is by Postums over on HaloWaypoint.com, and I quote, "Fall is coming strong here in the Pacific Northwest where 343 Industries is located. With it has come cooler temperatures, a decent amount of rain, and lots of hoodies to stay warm while people in the studio are working hard on both Halo Infinite and Halo the Master Chief Collection."
I am a hoodie fan.
Right, okay, off topic here. So I am not a fan of fall at all. The reason being is because winter is right around the corner. And I despise winter. Now, there's going to be a lot of double standards in what I'm about to say. I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday ever. Love it. Okay? I love the lights. I love the smells. I love just the warm feeling You know, the warm and fuzzy feeling inside around Christmas time. Families around, cookies, you know, just the whole shebang, right? I hate winter. I can't stand it. I hate the snow. And I've lived in Minnesota my entire life. So yes, I know how to drive in the damn stuff. Okay. It's not difficult. You just have to be smart. But I hate the cold. I hate how people don't know how to drive in the winter. It just doesn't make for fun times. Okay. Commutes are longer to work. It's just never fun. And your nights, like your days are shorter because of the nighttime, right? It's just not fun. I love hoodies too.
Yeah.
Aren't they just the best?
Warm and cozy, comfortable.
You can wear them anytime you want.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hoodies are fantastic. That was the moral of the story right there.
Sorry to derail you.
It's okay. And I was born in December too, and I still hate the winter. Okay. Back to the article. In today's update, we'll have a mini update on the state of the project. We'll go in and make a slight correction on the legacy maps and migration plans, explain ways to earn a nameplate in MCC on Xbox during the month of October, touch on customization, provide the latest status on flighting, discuss AZ anti-cheat, and share some graphics card related details for Halo Reach when it becomes available on PC. Let's drop into this thing and let's talk about what's going on in the world of MCC coming to PC and Halo Reach coming to MCC. So here's your project update. Since the announcement of the project earlier this year, a lot of work from many fine folks all around the globe has been put into bringing Halo Reach to MCC and MCC to PC. All this hard work has been coming together nicely. We've shared our progress with event goers, E3 and Gamescom, had a couple of flights with 2 or more on the horizon, and have even gone on social streams to show off content when it has been ready. Overall, the team is rapidly approaching some very key milestones specifically for Halo Reach getting ready to join the fold in MCC. Currently, the focus of the team is split between feature work for the project and bug fixing. With most features being complete, most of the team is focused on polish and bug fixing as we progress through development. Some of these issues have been ones identified in our Ring 1 flight that happened over the weekend, and others have been those identified by our internal quality assurance QA teams here at the studio and our partner QA teams. A couple bugs that have been found and fixed recently include the following issues: crashes on entering and exiting match-made games, a fix to a few weapons that were firing and overheating twice as fast as intended, crashes when opening and exiting settings menus frequently, missing voice lines when using any non-English language during the ending cinematic for Lone Wolf, and a soft lock when accepting game options before starting a mission. All teams are very heavily focused on ensuring the highest quality standards while development ensues as we bring MCC to PC and Halo Reach to MCC. These teams will continue to chip away at bugs that have been found in development day in and day out. We can't wait to get the best game possible out to everyone once all the work is complete. Alrighty then, let's share some great news for those who made maps and game types in the legacy titles Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Halo 4. Legacy maps and migration. As we mentioned a few times before now, the team has copied over 6.6 million maps and 2.6 million game types from players' file shares on Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Halo 4, and is preparing them for implementation in MCC. While this is old news to some, we did want to clear up some confusion on how to bring your maps and game types to MCC PC when the time comes. We had previously stated that it would require a player to sign in on an Xbox One to access content from this migration, but we are happy to report that this is no longer the case. The only reason a player would need an Xbox One would be to bring your maps from their current console build of MCC, as these files haven't been copied over yet, to our future version of MCC on Xbox and PC. Since it usually helps me break it down by where each file was stored, I thought it may help clear things up for you too. So, for Xbox 360 maps and modes in your file share, they have been copied to our database and are ready to join MCC after the MCC update and release of Halo Reach for Xbox and PC. When this happens, they will appear in your file share on both platforms. So for Xbox 360 maps and modes not on the file share, these files were not copied and won't be transferred to MCC. If your legacy content was not in your file share at the time the one-time process was initiated, that content will not be migrated. For Xbox MCC maps and modes and file share, these current files will stay in your file share after the MCC update for Xbox and will require you to boot up MCC on your Xbox to have them available on PC after the game update, including these changes. And finally, for Xbox MCC maps and modes not on your file share, these private files will be copied to your local storage on your Xbox as local files after the MCC update on Xbox. They will only be available on the first Xbox you launch after the game update occurs. If you do not launch on an Xbox, this process will not be performed. To share these files across your platform or to another console, you will need to download the MCC update on Xbox, launch the title on that Xbox, and then once the copy operation is completed, you will need to upload it to your file share. Only once they are uploaded to your file share will you be able to access this content cross-platform. We are happy that this content is going to make its way to you once Halo Reach comes out on both PC and Xbox. As a reminder for PC players, Forge and Theater will not be available at launch, and this content will be a great place for you to gain access to new content over time until these features are completed and make their way onto PC. Hopefully, this helps address your concerns, but feel free to reach out to me if you'd like additional clarification. In October, we eat brains. All Hallows Eve is rapidly approaching, and with it, the return of Infection, the place to get your spooky sword slashing on in Halo. From October 1st through October 31st, you will have the chance to earn this awesome nameplate for participating in 10 games of Infection and social matchmaking. Each week on Friday, we will take a look at everyone who completed at least 10 matches of Infection during the month of October and didn't quit out on them. Those who meet this criteria will be granted the nameplates accordingly. So, if you want to wear these cuddly little guys with pride, be sure to get into 10 Infection games during the month of October while the getting is good. Halo Reach Customization. This month I was able to talk a little bit with Max Slagor? Yeah, the design director on the publishing team here at 343 Industries, about a handful of things related to armor customization. Implementation in-game has come a long way since the last time we shared screenshots of renders in the newly added UE4 and customization screens. To start this section of the blog, let's look at these renders from the Xbox One build this past week before diving into our Q&A with Max. As a reminder, all images below are previews of armors that may be available at the launch of Halo Reach. The team is still finalizing list of content and unlock criteria and will have more to announce in the future. Please keep those developer goggles on. And keep in mind that these works in progress may change between now and release. That PSA aside, here is some elite love. So, what did the general overall process entail of getting armors ready to go and be used in the UE4 engine? It was quite an effort to get armors working with Unreal and MCC. We had to go back to the original armor source files, created in long versions of our 3D art modeling packages. From there, we had to restore the tools and pipeline needed to export those models to Unreal, which required combing through a lot of old documentation and reaching out to people about how things worked circa 2010. Once we could display these assets in Unreal, there was a lot of additional texture, lighting, effects, and animation work to further polish and tweak these armors to look great in the Unreal renderer. But we are happy with how things are looking right now and where they have come from over the past several months of work. So a lot of people have asked about various DLC armors that came out during Halo Reach. Are we planning for those to be available? Yes. If an armor has been included in retail Halo Reach at any point, we are looking to include it. So I've worked with you for a little over 3 years now, and know that this specific feature is something you've wanted to get into the game for some time. Just how excited are you to finally bring proper armor customization to MCC for Reach? Super excited. It's been a challenge to bring full 3D customization into the MCC UI, and seeing the results live in-game makes the investment feel worthwhile. The Reach armors have never looked better. I couldn't agree more. For those who have not read previous blogs where we discussed bringing Unreal Engine into MCC, we have previously discussed this at the article they provide in the May development update for MCC. Below is a snippet from that blog that discussed some of the factors in adding an 11th game engine to MCC. And there's some more information there in that article if you so choose to read it. All right, flighting update. The team is heads down fixing remaining Ring 3 blockers in the build for the upcoming Xbox One flight. Over this past weekend, we did go out to Ring 1 and found a few new issues around crashes, entering and exiting matches. But in good news, though, fixes for this have already been ingested into the build, and we are planning to get this back out to Ring 1 tonight. Official invitations to a select group of Halo insiders will be sent out as soon as we have a final verified flight build. If you've opted in for Halo Insider Xbox flighting, please take a moment and make sure you're set up and ready to go in case you receive an invitation. So first, install the Xbox Insider app. Second, delete existing Halo Insider builds. And then finally, unenroll from old flight rings. Okay? So, for all intents and purposes, if you got an invite, you're already in, and I don't think there's any more invites going out at this time until the next potential flight that'll come later. So there's that info. Now, for those who are playing in the flight, here are said goals for that flight. The primary goals for this next flight are quite simple. First and foremost, we are looking to test player versus player matchmaking at scale on Xbox One. The team has spent a significant amount of time getting the backend set up and have tested it at smaller scale for PvP, but it is time to stress test everything further. The other key goal is to gather feedback from players on the game experience. We want to know how the game feels, plays, and what your input is on the map, mode, and offerings provided for the overall PvP experience. This feedback will help us make any necessary changes leading up to the release of Halo Reach into MCC when it's ready. While you are waiting on this next flight to come out, you can check out the last week's social stream at the link they provide, and they get to talk about Halo Reach MCC multiplayer a little bit further. The one thing I'm going to say before I move on to the next part of this, kind of break up the monotony here. So when Justin and I were playing just yesterday, so Justin knew of a bug that I had no idea was even a thing. Okay, and I'm going to talk about it in a second, but I'm going to build up to it. So we're playing a match-made game. Matches were really quick to get into. It was great. We're playing. Everything's fine. Everything seems like normal. And a teammate quits out. And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. Okay, so it's 3v4 now, right? Suddenly, I hear Justin go, oh, shit, I got kicked. And I'm like, wait, you got, wait, how, you got kicked? He's like, yeah, I was shooting when I was getting assassinated. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's a known bug that if you're shooting your gun while being assassinated, your game could soft lock. I mean, your game could crash. And his game crashed. I'm like, are you kidding me? So it was a 2v4, and we actually won. It was crazy. I mean, we had a good lead getting up to that point, so it was easy to carry that. But yeah, if you were shooting while being assassinated, your game could crash. It's exactly what happened to him. All right, easy anti-cheat. We are back at it again with Max, the design director for the publishing team here at 343 Industries. This time I was able to ask him a handful of questions regarding easy anti-cheat, the technology that we are leveraging in Halo the Master Chief Collection when it comes to PC. Shall we? So Max, thanks for answering some more questions about the project and our security solutions. To start off, I wanted to ask you, what was the driving force behind selecting Easy Anti-Cheat as our official cheat detection solution? Will, before I read your response, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this the same Easy Anti-Cheat that's on Apex?
It could be. I think it's also...
It's on something else, isn't it?
PUBG, maybe?
Is it? That would make sense.
I know...
It's on Gears, too.
Rainbow Six uses Battle Eye or something to that nature.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's on Gears 5 as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Max states, when we were going through our process of evaluating which solution we wanted to use, there were many thoughts about selection criteria. The main goal is to create and maintain a safe gameplay environment. We have had this for quite some time on console, as we are able to leverage the great work done by the hardware and platform teams. In the world of PC gaming, we felt that we could benefit from additional expertise in software to tackle the large variety of PC configurations out there. So what will this do to help us in protecting our customers? Well, Easy Anti-Cheat allows us to detect when users are modifying game content or trying to manipulate the game to their advantage. We want to ensure a fair competitive environment for all players while allowing users playing by themselves or with friends to change the game to their heart's content. Easy Anti-Cheat gives us the ability to maintain a balance between the needs of these different user groups and to help us maintain the integrity of the play experience for matchmaking. So last month, we conducted the Fireflight, which had Easy Anti-Cheat in the build, and each participant was required to install it to participate. What did we learn about it from that flight? Well, there's a lot of software out there that is flagged by anti-cheat software, and it's important for users to help us understand what kinds of software they run and what triggers the anti-cheat warnings. We have already seen instances of antivirus software being flagged when trying to play in our flights, and the more we flight, the better we can filter the types of programs allowed when running Halo the Master Chief Collection. So what are some of your favorite parts about working with Easy Anti-Cheat? Well, creating a great multiplayer experience encompasses so much more than just building great content in a solid matchmaking system. Adding new Adding new accessibility options and anti-cheat software enables us to create a safer, more inclusive environment for all users, which helps us produce an even better overall player experience. There you go. All right. Dual graphics card setups for the people that love their SLIs. And rest in peace, Crossfire, because I don't think Crossfire exists anymore on the AMD side of things. So there you go. This selection is more of a PSA for folks that have some serious setups on PC. Rather than wait to mention it, we wanted to be upfront and keep you informed. A key part of getting ready to close out a project is a process of identifying what video cards and various setups will work and be supported. In this process, we have been in talks with several video card makers to ensure we have as many cards as possible being supported for MCC on PC through both our efforts and theirs. At this time, we want to let PC users know that NVIDIA SLI and AMD Crossfire graphic card configurations will not be officially supported in MCC on PC. During our work back and forth with the card manufacturers, it was determined that the performance offered by single card setups was high enough that SLI and Crossfire configurations would not be needed. For the users that do have dual card setups, you will still be able to run the title without any issues. You just won't have any performance gains necessarily. So there you go. And that's it for the first giant news story that we have. Now for a small one. We have the MCC playlist update for October 2nd, 2019. This is by Postums as well over on Halo Waypoint. And I quote, Halo 2 Anniversary temporarily removed Hive Mind due to some issues with map geometry. Halo 4 added standard flood on Skyline and Daybreak. And then All Infection made some minor tweaks to map and game variant weighting. All right. And now for the second large news story of the week. It's part of the competitive news segment that we have. It's titled Moving Forward. This is by Sonic of PlayGrifball. And I quote, Hello, Grifballers. Sonic here, bringing you the latest announcements regarding PlayGrifball leadership and our plans for the near future. If you missed the news, big changes have been happening within PlayGrifball leadership as of late. On Friday night, longtime Grifball administrator and PlayGrifball co-founder Rage More Nerd announced his retirement as a player and admin, as did Menzi. Oh, we didn't even talk about that one. Oops. Both of them have put in outstanding work for this community and the game of Grifball over the years, and I think it's safe to say that Grifball would not still be around today were if not for their efforts. I was still AGLA commissioner when Rage first became an admin back during the PlayGrifball Hub days in 2014, and in the 5 years since then, he has put more work into the admin position than anybody I've worked with and has constantly gone above and beyond for this community and the game of Grifball as a whole. Whether it be representing PlayGrifball at events, forming relationships with fellow Halo communities, or simply putting in the legwork needed to ensure the league runs smoothly, Rage has done more than anybody in recent Grifball history to keep this game and community running over the years. It has been absolutely phenomenal to work with this guy over the past 5 years, and I wish him nothing but the best for the future. Rage, buddy, thanks for everything you've done for the Grifball. The next convention we're both at, the first several rounds are on me. For those who missed Rage's full article announcing his retirement, he is by no means disappearing entirely. Both Rage and Menzi will continue to assist the leadership team in an advisory role moving forward as we gear up for the release of Halo Reach on MCC and the eventual launch of Halo Infinite. So for leadership announcements. Obviously, the loss of Rage and Menzi leaves us with a big void to fill on the leadership front. Going forward, I will be taking a much more active role both within the community and on the league administration front, and will be taking on most of Rage's previous responsibilities. I'm also happy to announce that Not has been promoted to administrator to fill the spot previously occupied by Menzi. Not has been putting in phenomenal efforts towards organizing and running events over the past several seasons, and has already been extremely active in our initial leadership discussions regarding our plans for the game and community as we move into the future. Silva, Priest, and Thumping Hawk will also continue to serve as administrators as we move forward. So the future roadmap. Currently, there are a lot of moving pieces with regards to the future of Halo. For those who haven't been following the latest MCC development updates, the latest Reach flighting update from 343 indicated that the development team there is extremely close to the last Reach multiplayer flight for the Xbox One, and they're expecting that flight to happen potentially as soon as this week. This is extremely positive news considering that the timeline of the Halo Reach update for MCC was extremely cloudy after it was delayed earlier this year, and suggests that this update is starting to get close to release. 343 typically releases a development update on Waypoint on the last day of each month, so we'll be watching out closely today for any further updates as to the update status and time frame. Though we don't know anything more about the update than the rest of the public, these latest flighting updates seem to line up with a potential November release date for Reach on MCC. As we'll be waiting for IGL to complete their season prior to running the next season of the AGLA, there is certainly a possibility that Reach is available by then, should this prediction hold true. This is certainly a situation we'll be monitoring closely and will likely also be polling players regarding alternate options for next season in case of a worst-case scenario where Reach is delayed further. Any news about Infinite will likely be in short supply until some of the major conventions next year, and that will also be something we'll be closely monitoring as we move into 2020. Assuming the statement of a Q4 2020 launch remains true, a release in October or November 2020 would seem to be the most likely scenario. Halo 5, for reference, launched in October when it was released. Once again, we don't know anything more than anybody else when it comes to the future of Halo, but for the time being, we are basing our preparations for Infinite around a November 2020 release until we hear news that suggests otherwise. I don't think it's any secret that our community is in desperate need of a new blood that a new Halo title provides. And one of our priorities within leadership over the next year is to position ourselves as best we can to take advantage of Infinite's launch once it comes. This includes reviewing and revising all of our rules and guidelines, establishing any policies or procedures needed on the leadership front to help provide organization, consistency, and stability, utilizing tools such as social media management applications to simplify our social media footprint and make it easier for us to use in the future, working to output regular content both on the website and on platforms such as Twitch, and, perhaps most importantly, establishing programs to help assist with new player retention in the future. One such idea I've personally been tossing around is establishing some sort of buddy mentor program that new players could opt into, but we are certainly open to other ideas on this front. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, feel free to send them to myself or anybody else on the admin team. Keep an eye out for more news in the coming weeks as we watch the Reach situation and make preparations for the next season of the AGLA. If you haven't already, also be sure to join our Discord, where we'll likely be using this in the near future to help collect data on what games and league formats the community prefers for the next season should Reach not be ready in time. Until then, see you on the court. There you go. 2 big news stories, and now they're complete. I'm excited to see what they're going to do for the future. And so Sonic states that he believes his assumption is that Reach will release in November this year. You know what I just realized, Will?
What's that?
It's October. Remember last episode where it was the last episode of the episode before, and I'm like, it's coming up by the end of the year.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Still sticking to that?
You know what? It's October.
It's October.
I have to stick to my guns, even though I'm going to be wrong, but I'm going to stick to my guns. Because the end of the year, Will, means December 31st. All right? I got less than 3 months, Will.
Watch, it all releases on January 2nd or something like that.
Damn it!
The last game. Oh, that'd be great.
I would just be like, well, Josh, you were close, but, you're still wrong. Be like, yeah, the number changed from 2019 to 2020, so I thought back and I'm like, oh my God, it's already October. Time flies. Like I said, I'm probably wrong. I'm going to stick to my guns, though. Next news story. Halo Online LAN announced. This is by Nazgulanaz. I probably mispronounced that, and I apologize if I did, but it's on Reddit. So I said Halo Online. I meant like the El Dorito Halo Online. They're hosting a LAN. You should go ahead and check out that Reddit post that's included in the show notes of the Google Doc of the show. Check out all the information. Next up, we have the 5 years of HCS. This is by HCS over on Twitter, and I quote, November 5th, 2019 marks the 5-year anniversary for the Halo Championship Series. For the next 5 weeks, we'll be featuring iconic content and stories all leading up to the big day, where we'll provide an update on what's next for the HCS. Join us as we celebrate hashtag 5 years of HCS. Remember when I teased last week, Will, to stay tuned to November?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, listeners, stay tuned to November. Next up, we have the HCS All-Star Bracket. Again, this is by HCS on Twitter, and I quote, when it comes to All-Star Halo players from the last 5 years, who takes your top pick? During the next 5 weeks, we will host a bracket to find the hashtag 5 years of HCS All-Star. Let us know who you think deserves to enter the bracket. So if you haven't already, you can reply to the tweet. And I was thinking about it, and Will, maybe we should make our own. Maybe we should make like a HCS Pro Talk community bracket.
Okay.
Yeah. Have the people vote.
Sure.
Yeah. Because I imagine people are going to be missed. You know? Like there's probably some pro players that are just going to be totally missed in the official bracket that they have. Maybe they'd appear on ours. Who knows? We'll put some feelers out there. If the listeners are interested in holding your own bracket, we'll see what we can do. All right. Next news story. Sundance teases yet again. This is by Sundance, MLG Sundance. Sundance DiGiovanni, for those who don't know, co-founder of MLG. That Sundance. Put out a tweet. This is what it said. And I quote. Now here's a little story I've got to tell about 3 bad brothers you know so well. It started way back in history with Mr. Adam AP, MSEPSO, yeah, and me. We had a little game named Halo CE. Just us and Halo and a quart of beer. The rest is history. For now. For now? What does for now mean, Will? What does it mean? It probably means we might get the full story. I don't know.
Or it could just be a tease and he's stringing us along.
Just being an asshole.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding. No, he's not an asshole. You know what? So we joked about this in the Discord. And what if it was oh wait, no, that's the next one. Oh, we're okay. So I'm gonna make a joke about this, but hey listeners, put your tinfoil hats on. Okay? I got a doozy for you. So the next news story is Tashi replies. This is by Tashi. It's a reply to a Moses tweet. So Moses stated, Halo 2 esports was on cable TV 13 years ago. We were light years ahead. Tashi replied with, cooking something kind of similar up. Still super early, so can't talk about it, but hoping we can pull it off. Huh.
So the tinfoil hat is those MLG guys are doing something with HCS.
They're starting a cable program, Will! That was my joke. Is that the ex-MLG guys are making a sequel or like a different thing that would be their version of MLG. It's on a cable network, or they have their own, and along with streaming apps on all devices. So like Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, right? So they have their own streaming app, and their first major partner or their first major contract is Halo Infinite. Yep.
We'll have to wait and see.
It's gonna happen, Will.
Okay.
I mean, it probably won't. I mean, it's just yeah. So I said tinfoil hats on. But I'm like, oh, isn't that funny how all this started coming out this week, right? All right. And the last news story of the week. Neighbor announces retirement. This is by Neighbor on Twitter, and I quote, I've decided to hang up the sticks, and I won't be attending DreamHack Atlanta or future events. I was fortunate to team with some pretty awesome dudes this last year, and I appreciate y'all for giving me the opportunity. I have much love for the competitive Halo community and wish you the best. Cobb. Neighbor, it's been an absolute pleasure watching you compete over the years. And obviously, I hope it's not the end. I hope we see you in Infinite. But in the words of HCS Pro Talk, we'll have to wait and see. Will, that does it for the news. Now we got some upcoming tournaments of the week. First and foremost, we have the HPL weekly matches. On Thursday, October 10th, we have Jester Plays going up against Martial Punishment and Los Dinos versus Team Zero. And then on Saturday, October 12th, we have Bed Bath & Beyond going up against FTP. And then we have The Strong Survive going up against Hype and Positivity. Make sure you're going to twitch.tv/Halo Draft League to watch those matches or any other matches that get scheduled. Like the Halo Draft League weekly matches, we have Barcode versus Pressure Us, You're in Trouble versus Hybrid, Optimistic versus My Halo Academia, Bums Without Thumbs going up against Relentless, Quit the Build going up against Trash Cans, and finally You're in Trouble versus Bums Without Thumbs. On Saturday, October 12th, we have the Open World Gaming $2,000 Halo 3 4v4 LAN and the DreamHack Atlantic Qualifier number 1. And then Sunday, October 13th, we have the Pro-Am Halo League, Jesus Christ, the Pro-Am Halo League Halo 5 4v4. Join their Discord. It's probably in the Twitter, in the tweets of the Twitters, you know, where the stuff and the things and the stuffs are. Will.
Yeah.
That's it for tournaments that are coming up this week. But what do you got for the recaps from last week?
All right, let's start off with those Halo Draft League matchups. First was Hybrid going up against Barcode. It was a 3-1 going to Barcode. My Halo Academia went up against Bums Without Thumbs. Score was 3-1 to the Bums.
Which means they have thumbs.
They have to have thumbs.
Yeah.
Come on. Next up, Relentless went up against Quit the Build. It was a 3-2 going to Relentless, so a close matchup there.
Very close.
We then had Quit the Build go up against Pressure Us. It was a 3-1 Pressure Us. Next up, we have Halo Premier League matchups. Remember, this is different than the Halo Draft League. These were set teams going into the season rather than drafting the teams. So,
correct.
First up was Bed Bath & Beyond versus Martial Punishment. Score was 3-1 to Martial Punishment. We had Los Dinos against FTP. It was a 3-0 going to FTP. We then had Jester Plays versus The Strong Survive. Jester Plays forfeit. It's the first one we've seen, I think. It's unfortunate.
It doesn't end there.
And then we had Hype and Positivity go up against Team Zero, and Hype and Positivity forfeit. So Team Zero and The Strong Survive won those two matches.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. It is. And that's all we have for recaps for the week.
Thank you, Will. It's time for our weekly topic. Favorite Halo montage. Will, I'm going to blow your mind here. There are a lot of them out there. I mean, like hundreds of Halo, maybe thousands, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot, though. Like, a lot of Halo montages. You think about it, like you have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, Reach, 5. Insane. You have funtages. You have actual montages. You have trick jumping montages. There's so many. So we asked the fine folks out there, the fine listeners, what your favorite Halo montage is. Because there's a lot to go through. Here's what the folks had to say. And before I get into it here, I want to preface this. My plan is, once we're done recording this episode, for everybody's answer, I'm going to get a YouTube link for each one. We're going to have the list. It might be Google Docception. I might make a separate Google Doc to put into this Google Doc of the show notes of the show with all the links so everybody can go watch the montages. It'll be a good time. Without further ado, here's what the responses were. Voodoo states, besides the obvious straight rippin', Walshy, snipe down montages, which are amazing, they aren't my favorite. I'm going to give some love to my favorites, which aren't really known. My personal favorite is Krizen's work on the Mona's Halo 3 montage. Seeing this montage actually got me to hire him for Reciprocity when the chance came up. And he hasn't let me down. He has done some amazing work, but this one from 2014 I feel still stands up to today's work. The flow of the montage I enjoyed the most. I was able to truly see the progression between the kills, linked with the musicality, with the most important fact of it not being over-edited. However, special shoutouts to Best Man's Montage for having my favorite selection of music in a montage, and Man Without Modems for his funtage, which never got appreciated due to his serious montages. Again, all the links will be provided. Check out all the montages. High Tech Redneck states, Straight Rippin's montage will probably always be my favorite. It's the first Halo montage I ever remember seeing, and I forced so many of my friends to watch it, whether they liked Halo or not. I had to do some digging deep into my liked YouTube videos for this one, but I've always thought this montage from Hyena was really cool. Little different from the montages that usually get talked about, but always thought it showed a lot of the nerdy things you could do in Halo 3. Feistro states, Lux HCS DreamHack Atlanta 2018 teaser. Shout out to Nated for not providing any clips. So like I rewatched this back, and it's literally like, I think he gets like a ground pound, and then it cuts to his name. Like that's I'm like, oh no. But yeah, it's like one clip in Nated, and then his name pops up. Then we have Bonafide Gaming states, RS Shook 1's third montage. This was the very first montage I ever saw growing up in the Halo scene and has a lot of nostalgia attached. The music is iconic, editing at the time is simple and on point. Oh yeah, and the plays. The plays. Nightfox states, Hyena, the final Halo 3 montage titled Mastery. Another shout out to the Hyena. Duststorm states, the Straight Rippin' Halo 3 montage. That is a clear crowd favorite. Will, if there was a definitive montage I think you should watch, it would be that Straight Rippin' montage. It's just, it was when Straight were at the pinnacle of their skill. That it was, I think it came out right after they won a national championship. You should watch that montage. It's a good one. All right. And last but not least, we have Zarners. Zarners states, well, I've gone through and watched a fair amount of my faves, and I think I'm even more conflicted on what my favorite is. Gun to my head, if I had to pick only one to watch the rest of my life, it would probably be MLG's Golden Era, a final boss montage. Just love seeing the old MLG days from the most legendary teams of all time. Not the top for editing or anything, but just my favorite to sit down and watch. Here's a list of others that could easily take that top spot for me, though. Don't worry about reading these in the show if it's too much LMAO. Hey, Will.
You're going to read them.
Oh, you already know I'm going to read through these.
Let's get started.
Let's do it up. First, we have Image of the Invisible. This is by Genius. We have Illinois Lantage 4 by Genius. We have Ogre's Winter Wonderland by Shook 1. We have CT's Lantage Episode 4, A New Hope. Not on YouTube, but I have it on my hard drive and Google Drive, so if anybody wants to watch it, let me know. Thanks, Arders. We'll probably reach out to you. We have Combat Evolved, the Halo 1 montage by Be Sick. We have Maptacular by Insidious. We have Chill Out Noobs 2 by Ragnarok. We have Rippin's Final Halo 1 montage by Rippin. We have Bondtage by Bonesaw. We have Walshy's Second by Peridius. We have The Wicked End by Furion. We have Trinity by Zola. A Gamer Grows Up by Midpoint. Hidden Gem and a must watch, according to Zarners. We have It Was Luck 6 by Simplex Productions. We have Pro Halo 2 Team Carbon montage by 3 Ball 4. We have Apex by Campy. That is a solid montage. We have Final Halo 3 montage by Campy. Great montage. We have Duality by Fragtality. Great montage. We have Mastery by Hyena. That's a third shout out for that montage specifically. We have the Straight Rippin' montage. Who knew? By Zola. We have Legacy by Zola. What are you doing, Will?
I accidentally clicked. Just keep going.
We have Snipe Down the Movie by Vidal. We have Lag Warrior by Dutchy. Jolter, Halo 3 Montage 1 by Dutchy. We have Dutchy Halo 3 Montage 2 by Dutchy. We have Robbie B Montage 3 by TM22. We have Foley Halo 3 Minitage by Furion. We have Chops 4, a Halo Montage by Noob Slayer. We have Halo 3 Main Stage Montage by Vampire Gaming. We have the God Squad, an MLG Dream Team Main Stage Montage, which is from Vampire Gaming. We have Sandman, a Halo Reach Montage 2 by Silly Goose. We have Lethal and Formal, the Avengers Dualtage by Muggsy and CJ New, which is one of my personal favorites. We have Turning Point Halo Reach montage by Muggsy and CJ New. And finally, we have Old Man Mikowski by Silly Goose. Will, what's your favorite montage?
I don't have one.
Great. Do you remember the two that you've seen?
I don't. Honestly, they were both Halo 5.
Okay.
And I've seen bits and pieces of stuff here and there. And I don't know, they never catch my eye. I don't know what it is about montages. I'm like,
That's fine.
I see the same shots, people dying. I like to watch more, like, the montages I've watched have all been like quick shots of plays, right?
Sure.
I like to see the plays develop. I like the bigger picture. I don't like to, like, sure, in the moment, a couple kills, double kill, triple kill, really cool. But I like to see the whole play develop, and you don't really get that out of a montage.
That's very true. You want to hear Scud Puddle's reply, which I didn't include?
What'd he say?
No, I'm including it. Am I a bad Halo fan if I don't know which montage is which? I know I've watched some, but they weren't memorable enough for me to say that they were my favorite. Shit, I don't even know who was involved in any of them.
Yep.
That's okay.
So I really don't have a favorite montage.
That's okay. I don't blame you.
Maybe I'll watch some of these that are, being listed as the top ones out there. Maybe they'll catch my eye a little more than the ones I've seen because I don't, like I said, I don't really remember what I've seen.
Sure.
So maybe they weren't the best ones out there. So maybe the good stuff will bring me in.
So the reason why I wanted this as the topic for this week is because I know there's so many that I haven't watched. Like I've watched a lot, but I know that there are definitely some hidden ones that I've just never seen before. And like everybody that talked about that hyena montage, I don't think I've seen that. And then Zarner's providing his long ass list, which is actually greatly appreciated. It gives me an opportunity to go back and just reminisce and see things that I just haven't seen before. So I'm excited.
Are there other communities that are as heavy on the montages as Halo is? Like, do Call of Duty pros put out montages?
Used to.
But that's kind of done now, right?
COD 4 montages used to be a big deal. I remember that.
But I don't remember seeing anything like recently.
No, me either. Maybe we're not looking hard enough.
True.
But no, I feel like, no, I don't know.
I'm curious if there's other esports out there where the montage still holds its weight.
That's a good question. Hey, listeners, let us know. Because frankly, I have no idea.
What about you? Do you have a absolute favorite, Josh?
So if I had to pick one that I'd probably watch for like the rest of my life, it would probably be the Straight Ribbon montage. I think one of the main reasons why is at the very end it has Cry for Help by Shinedown.
Yes, you've said that before.
Yep.
I remember that.
Phenomenal song, and the amount of hype that brings to that montage is amazing. I also think that Walshy's Halo 2 montage that opens with Start Something by Lost Prophets is really good. And then the one that I've watched most recently again was that Lethal and Formal dualtage from Muggsy and CJ New. Like man, it gives me, this is going to sound weird, but watching a really good montage like gives me goosebumps. Like seeing them hit the shots that they're able to make, and watching a good montage like gets me amped to play the game. I know I'm not going to be at that skill level, but it's just like, man, I want to play Halo right now after watching that. It's like, God damn, it just pumps you up. And that montage does that. Absolutely. And the Straight Rippin' one did that to me when I watched that before too. So yeah, especially with Reach on the horizon for MCC, highly recommend watching that one. For sure.
It's not really a competitive game, though.
Well, that's the thing,
Bloom.
though. No. It was no Bloom, no Sprint.
Oh, no Bloom. Okay.
No, so it was Lethal and Formal. It's two pros.
No Bloom, no Sprint. Then we're talking different story here.
Yeah. No, so there was Sprint in competitive. It was as a pickup, though.
Yeah.
But no, like they're two professional players, Lethal and Formal. Formal obviously went on to do great things with Call of Duty, and he's still there, I believe. Yeah, Lethal's still playing Halo at the top, right? Considered one of the best players of all time. So them in their Reach prime, that montage is insane. Like the shots that they were hitting were unbelievable. So definitely recommend that one. Yeah, I think the Straight Rippin' montage from Halo 3 is probably my all-time favorite. And then that Lethal Formal montage is a close second right now. And there was a Halo Reach montage that I watched way, way, way back when Reach was first relevant. And I'm forgetting what it was. It had more of I felt like it had more of a somber tone to it. But it was really, really well edited. I'm just going to have to go back and definitely watch these that were suggested and then just look back in general and see if I can find that one. But yeah, that's what I got. Anything else you want to talk about, Will, before we move on?
No, I'm good.
It's time for some shoutouts! First and foremost, happy birthday, well, belated birthday, to Trippy and Nighty Night. Happy birthday, guys. Hope you enjoyed your days, and hope you feel another year wiser. Not older. Getting old's not fun. Getting wise can be fun. Right?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? And then shout out to everyone who joined in the community play. This included High Tech, Redneck, and Snipe. And you, Will. You were there too.
Yeah, I was there, but
yeah. I gotta shout you out too, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, you were there. Played some Halo 5, it was a good time. And you're right, we did really well in the competitive playlists and arena.
I remember CTF on Coliseum. I pulled the talk strat and it worked. I ran from the start underneath rockets, up their ramp, pulled a flag, and I stealth captured it on the way back.
That's right.
It was just beautiful. I'm like,
you were grabbing flags left and right in that game. The enemy team had no idea what the hell was going on with you. No idea, dude. You went in immediately at the start. You get the first flag cap, and then we're starting to set up, and you're like, guys, I'm in their base grabbing their flag again. I'm like, oh, okay.
You see, the funny thing is if you guys would go snipe side, they would go snipe side and leave the whole other side of the map open. Sure. I could just walk over there. I had no resistance walking into their base. So yeah, I'm gonna pull that flag and cause some havoc, make them double back. That's what I was trying to do.
And it worked out really well.
We won that game 3-2.
No, we won that game 3-0.
Oh, was it 3-0?
Yeah. That was like I said, it was like the quickest 3-0 that I've ever seen.
It was the game before that we won 3-2.
Yeah.
On CTF Collie. Yeah, that was a fast game.
It was really fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was a good play session. I had a lot of fun. Halo 5 is still a lot of fun. People who shit on Halo 5, oh, it's armor abilities, you're going to be playing Reach. Guess what Reach has? Worse armor abilities. You ever play a Halo Reach game on Countdown when two players on the enemy team are able to spawn with camo and sit in a corner with shotgun? You know what's not fun? Walking around a corner, having somebody with camo and a shotgun.
All right.
You know what? I get it because they show up on, like, there's little dots that appear everywhere on radar when somebody has camo on and Reach. I understand. But you're not able to pinpoint their exact damn location, okay?
You just kind of know where they're at?
Yeah. You know the direct area that they're in.
Gotcha.
But if you don't have nades, and you don't know if they have shotgun all the time, but they did. It was a disaster. I think we lost the game by 1 kill. It was either 50-49 or 50-48. But I was upset after that game. That was a disaster.
I can tell. You're angry.
And then Bloom? Don't get me started on Bloom, Will. No, but seriously, I'm excited. I'm excited for No Bloom. The No Bloom playlist in Reach. I'm excited for that. Because overall, I think the game isn't bad. It's just marred by bad shit sometimes. That's what I'll say. Will, it's time for the community creations. First and foremost, we have Meme Saturday. I'm not going to screw it up again. Don't worry. Thanks again, Snipe, for calling me out on that. Appreciate you, bud. It's on Reddit. Reddit.com/r/Halo, if I can speak anymore today. And the memes are there. It's on Saturdays, not Mondays, which would have made more sense because it sounds better. But whatever. Next, we have what's next for Proximity? Infinite and Beyond. To Infinity and Beyond. It's a YouTube video. Go check it out. Proximity talks about what his next plans are going to be. He talks about how he's always wanted to be a professional player. Maybe he's going to work more towards that. We'll have to wait and see. And next up, we have Clips of the Week number 21. This is by High Tech Redneck. It's on YouTube. Go check it out. We have the Europa Halo Wars 2 World Series Qualifier number 3 VODs. All of them are on a YouTube playlist that were provided by that organization. We include the link. Go ahead and check out all those matches. It's awesome. And finally, we have the Halo Community Spotlight for October. This is by Snickerdoodle over on HaloWaypoint.com. That is that. But Will... Breaking news! Not really, but I did want to say this. If anybody has been paying attention to Scud Puddle, a.k.a. Spud Cuddle, a.k.a. Get Shit on Scud, his Twitter account, which I believe is at Scud Puddle. Okay. If you've been paying attention to his Twitter, you'll have noticed that he's been posting daily clips. Okay. And he was going to stop before, but he had decided that his next goal was going to be 365 days. Well, if I'm not mistaken, either today or yesterday was day 360. Therefore, if my calculations are correct, and I know how numbers work, day 365, or the end of his year challenge, will be this week. So, I guess we'll just add, I'm going to add your Twitter to the community creations, and I also want to give you a shout out here, Scud. An early congratulations on 365 daily clips. That's insane. And I hope you put, I want your, like, what the hell am I looking for?
Full year, annual.
I want his videos back on YouTube. Like where you put some of them together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want those back. So, Scud, do those again. No, but seriously, congratulations. Early congratulations on 365 daily clips on your Twitter account. We'll include the Twitter in the community creations. Everybody, please go check out those clips as well. And yeah, it's exciting times to be had. Exciting times indeed. Will, that's all I got. You know, my throat's kind of dry. I might make some steak for dinner. I'm deciding on that. Oh, and I didn't say this on the show, but I said to you, we have found a potential new home. And if all goes according to plan, because this matters to the listeners, I promise, if all goes according to plan, we could have a video show by November. Now, my goal was to have one by the end of the year regardless. So that still means December 31st. Okay, regardless if MCC comes out on PC by that time, my personal goal is by the end of the year for a video show. So if all goes according to plan, we could be moved into the place in November. And I'm excited to deck it out. I'm excited for a video show. I'm excited for the folks to see our beautiful faces. And see me do the arm jiggles, you know, for Will's Adventures. The whole shebang. The whole 9 yards. The whole 18 holes. You know, the whole kit and caboodle, Will. We'll plug the show.
You can find us at your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, and others as well.
Pocket Cast.
Leave us a review and let others know about the show. You can join our Discord, join the community discussion. We have all sorts of channels there where you can talk about some Halo, talk about some life stuff, whatever you need, it's there. You can join our Xbox Club or Spartan Company. Search for HCS Pro Talk on your Xbox. We are also on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Mixer, Twitch, and Esportspedia. Search for HCS Pro Talk on those social media platforms. Josh.
Yes, Will.
That's it for plugs.
Awesome.
What's on the next show?
On the next episode of HCS Pro Talk, we have the DreamHack Atlanta qualifier number 1 results. We're going to talk about those. We're also going to hopefully talk about the GT Halo North Halo 1 LAN results. Hopefully we're going to talk about that. It's going on right now. So obviously we're not talking about the results right now because it's going on right now. But hopefully we're going to be able to talk about that next week. And then my plan is to have a topic. For what the topic's going to be, I don't fucking know. I don't have an idea. How much do you hate Bloom? Hopefully it's a lot, because if it's not, you're wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 95 of HCS Pro Talk. I want to thank you very much for listening. We're going to catch you next week. We're going to talk about some Halo. Hopefully not as many long news stories next week, please. We'll see. I don't know. Hey, Will.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. Bye-bye!